Okay, thank you so much for having me, and I'm here to talk to you about nutrition as a part of self-care. I'm going to take a different approach. I think the majority of us are going to say, all right, nutrition. She's going to say, you can't eat this and you can't eat that, and all right, here it goes. But actually, you'll be surprised kind of the flow. I took a different approach, so I hope that you keep an open mind, and I hope that you take a lot from it. Okay, so I was asked to talk about nutrition as a part of self-care, and that's what I want to talk about first, what self-care is. So a lot of us talk about self-care whether we're providers or whether we're clients, and that's really important, right? For our emotional health, for our physical health, for our mental health. All of these things are very important for the interactions that we have day to day. How are we going to be good providers? And as clients, how are we going to navigate through this system that can be really chaotic and stressful and tiring? So that's what I really want to focus on today. And then just reminding ourselves that self-care is deliberate. We have to make a conscious effort in order to have the best health for ourselves, in order to take care of ourselves. If we're not deliberate, it's very easy to not care about what we eat, not care about how we feel mentally, emotionally. We just kind of put things off to the side a lot of times. So just like we said with MSM in the African American population, it was 1 in 2. It's the same thing in America for preventable diseases. So that means type 2 diabetes, some cancers, heart disease, 1 in 2. Just like Carlos pointed out, there's 3 people here, so it could be 1 or 2 people at this table. Same thing with that table. And then at this table, it could be almost 3 people. So keeping that in mind, that's 50% of our population. 50% has 1 or more preventable diseases that is related to poor diet and not getting enough exercise. The other alarming statistic is that the Mayo Clinic estimates that about 70% of Americans take at least 1 prescription drug. And while we might not think that there's anything wrong with that, we might accept it as normal, is that just even taking 1 prescription drug a day, it puts more work on our livers and on our liver and kidneys, but also the entire body, right? Because the body has to break this medication down, has to filter it out, use what it needs, get rid of what it doesn't, and if we're doing that every single day, it's just putting more work on the body. In addition, more than 2 out of every 3 adults is overweight or obese, and I bring that up because that's a direct risk factor for whether we're going to acquire or develop a disease. So risk factors include poor diet, lack of exercise, and being overweight or obese. And then 1 out of every children is overweight or obese. So this isn't just something that I want to talk to just my clients about. This is something I want to talk to everyone about. You're scared. What do I do now that you've told me all of this, Melissa? I'm here to help. So today we're going to be focusing on habits, fruits and vegetables, of course. If nothing else, if you don't remember anything else from my presentation, just remember to eat your fruits and vegetables, okay? And the journey. We're going to talk about living this healthy lifestyle as a journey. Self-care is a journey, right? As long as we're living, we should be providing ourselves with self-care. So a little bit about nutrition. I like to look at the health and its relation to disease, which is exactly why I made that point in bold. And nutrition also explores the relationship between nutrients, disease, and the type of food or lifestyle that we choose. So what would you like to do to improve self-care? I'm thinking at this point, we're thinking, all right, I gotta eat better. All right, I gotta start exercising. But both of those goals are very large and can include a lot of things, which is why I broke it down and asked a bunch of questions. I didn't ask all the questions, but I asked questions that are relevant to help you make the conscious choices to get to that goal. So if you want to work out, there's a lot of things that are implied there. What are you going to do to work out? How long are you going to work out? Where are you going to go? Are you going to go to a gym? Do you have a membership? Can you afford a membership? Do you even like going to the gym? Would you know what to do if you went to the gym? Are you more of a group? I'm just saying, I go and I run and I lift weights and I'm bored. So maybe the gym's not the best for me, or maybe I need an accountability partner or a personal trainer. Maybe that would help me. Maybe we're group activity people, so maybe we do better in a group setting. Maybe we do better playing a sport where I'm having fun, but I don't necessarily think of it as a workout. So a lot of times you'll see me interchange physical activity with exercise. I feel like physical activity is a little bit nicer. And then eating healthy. What does that mean to you? What eating healthy means to me might mean something different to you. Are you going to start a fad diet? Are you planning on cooking? Do you know how to cook? There's a lot of questions that go into eating healthy. And then for both of these, are there rewards and incentives? Because if there's no reward or incentive, realistically as human beings, we're probably not gonna do it, right? So we need to figure out some reward or incentive, and we're gonna talk about that. And so I'm going to talk a little bit about how do we develop that habit, how do we change the habit, go from a healthy or unhealthy habit to a healthy habit, or a bad to a good habit. I prefer to use unhealthy and healthy. So you're going to see too, we have both. So we have these good or these healthy habits we've developed, and then we have these bad or unhealthy habits we've created. So what I'm going to tell you is we're going to have to replace those old habits with new good habits. And as you can see, this isn't something new. These are all books that have been written on habits. So it's not just me, it's a lot of authors are talking about it. So what is a habit? It's a behavior pattern acquired by frequent repetition or psychological exposure. And it becomes part of our day-to-day activities. An acquired mode of behavior has become nearly or completely involuntary. So we might not even recognize that when we're tired at 2 o'clock, we're drinking a Diet Coke. For us, that's a habit, but maybe we never thought about it as a habit, or maybe we never said, is this good or bad? So that's an example. So what I really like is these two models, okay? So somebody's really stressed. So maybe this person, they're turning to alcohol. It's like, oh, all right, I had my drink, I had my 2 drinks, I had my 6-pack, I'm good now, you know? And then that's their reward, is they feel better, they don't feel stressed anymore. Alternatively, maybe another person, they feel stressed, but instead of turning to alcohol, they turn to exercise because they know exercise is going to release endorphins and later make them feel better. And that it's the same reward, but a different routine. So that's what I'm here to talk to you as well about, is trying to change the routine of things, break up the monotony, realize what the habits are, whether they're good or bad, and then change it for the better. So habits can be changed, altered, or replaced. And to change the routine means to change the outcome. So we're going to talk about forming some good habits or forming healthy habits. First, you want to identify the habit that you want to change. So maybe let's take a step back, because I'm about health for the whole entire person. So maybe we're going to identify sleeping in. Maybe sleeping in, by changing that, eventually could lead to, I might get up a half an hour early to make my breakfast, or I might get up a half hour early to make it to the gym, or I don't know, something like that, right? So sitting for long periods of time, maybe for you, I gotta just get up every hour out of my desk because I sit for 8 hours. Eating junk food while watching TV. Oh, I didn't realize that every time I watch my favorite show that I eat a whole bag of chips in one sitting and drink 2 Cokes. So that would be a great habit to change, because then you're eliminating calories and you're not even at the gym, or it's not even hard for you to think about, what am I gonna meal prep for dinner? I'm just gonna change my habit for the weekend. And maybe do that for a month. Okay, I'm just gonna do it for like a week, just 7 days, I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna commit. Maybe you wanna go more, maybe you wanna go 21 days, maybe 30 days. On average, it can take someone 21 to 30 days to form a new habit, but for some of us, it takes 60 days. So, you know, again, it's a process, it's a journey. Don't let it discourage you, find ways of challenging yourself, but just know that the habit might take a little while to change. If you think about a habit you've been doing for 10 years or all your life, I don't think it's gonna change in one day. All right, so we're gonna celebrate the small wins, right? Going back to the rewards or incentives, that's very important. If we don't have a reward or incentive, then we're not gonna keep going. So celebrating the small wins, going to the gym once that week, or maybe you weren't previously active and now you're going twice a week. Something, you should be proud of yourself for the efforts that you've made so far. An association with a reward or incentive can help you along the way. So it's important to motivate yourself to continue the changes you're making. Each step we take towards our habit change is one step closer to achieving our goal. And we want to build momentum, so as we're doing these things and they're building on each other, each new success builds up and spills over into changing habits. So I give the example, maybe somebody wants to lose weight and they want to save money. So if they don't go out to eat, whether it's fast food or a casual restaurant, go out with their friends, they're going to lose weight and save money because they're not going out to eat anymore. I'll reduce my soda consumption, okay? So that's very vague. Okay, so we're going to break it down. So I'm going to go from drinking 6 cans of cola to 3 cans of cola by next Wednesday, okay? Making it a time. Okay, 1 week from today, because today is Wednesday, so by next Wednesday. I will maintain this for 1 week. Then I will reduce from 3 cans to 0 cans of cola by Wednesday, October 11th. So if you think about it, that's only in 2 weeks' time. That's 14 days. If you can make it 1 more week, that'll be 21 days. You can make it another week, that's 28 days. You're getting closer and closer to building that habit, but here we made it time sensitive. We made it measurable. It's relevant. It's something that by reducing these calories, reducing my sugar intake, is a step in the positive direction. So food and exercise journaling, I'm a big believer in that, because if we're not journaling and realizing what our habits are, then we can't change them. I'm not there yet, but I'm closer than I was yesterday. I want that to be your mantra. I want you to focus on that. If you're gonna be starting this journey of changing habits for the better and living a healthy lifestyle, then this is what I want for you. I want you to be positive. I want you to encourage yourself. And if it's not you, then find a positive person in your life that can do that. Or I'm sure there's an app that will send you motivational quotes every day. Or go on Instagram and follow somebody that's motivational too. You know, you gotta find ways of encouraging yourself and motivating yourself, because at the end of the day, this is a really hard change. This is a real challenge. If it wasn't hard, then half of us wouldn't have preventable diseases. 70% of us wouldn't be on one medication. So if it was easy, everyone would be doing it, but it's obviously hard and a challenge. So find things that are gonna help you and encourage you along the way. Try not to put too much emphasis on the end goal. Of course, I want you to make it to the gym 5-7 days a week, or of course, I want you to eat healthy all day, every day for the rest of your life. But if you think about that end goal, sometimes it can be really daunting. I'm never gonna achieve that. That's way too out of my reach. I don't even know what I'm doing. So it's times like that, you wanna take a step back. For example, if you wanna lose 10 pounds, this goal is gonna require a lot of changes. Eating habit changes, making it your habit to go to the gym. There's gonna be a lot of things that are gonna get in your way. So maybe focusing on small wins. So when I do finally get to nutrition, I really like to keep it simple. I'm all about, are we hydrated? Are we drinking enough water? I have friends in mental health therapy that tell me just by drinking water can improve your mood, and that's one tip that I give to like everyone that I talk to. I'm like, yes. Fiber. Fiber's huge. Did you know, does anyone know the recommendation for women, how much fiber they should have? And then for men, how much fiber they should have? I'll give you a hint. It's measured in grams. Yeah.
All right, yeah.
I know. I like these talks. These are great. Okay, 30. I love that guess. So for women, 25 grams, and for men, around 38 grams.
Wow.
So what foods have fiber? Fruits and vegetables. What else? Beans, whole grains. Okay, yes, figs, most certainly. Avocado. I was like, wow, there's chia seeds. Okay, good. So we have some nutrition knowledge. What am I doing up here if you guys already know? So, yes, fiber, fruits and vegetables. Yes, I keep it simple. I'm going to break down this model in a second. Any sport where it requires a lot of running, like soccer, basketball, football, those kinds of things. Maybe not so much golf, right? So maybe we'll get in our golf cart from hole to hole. So maybe that one's a challenge, right? So I really want to break this down because we're talking about nutrition. Okay, so I really want you to, drink water. I want that to be your preferred beverage. I know we're all like iced tea drinkers and lemonade drinkers. I want you to be water drinkers. Okay, so for women on average, 2.5 liters. Sounds like a lot, that's the average. Keep in mind, some of us are taller, some of us are shorter, some of us are more muscular. But that's the average for women, it's about 2.5 liters. Like I said at the beginning, remember, it's about habits, the journey, and fruits and vegetables, okay? If nothing else, I get it, don't give up your bacon, okay? But eat the fruits and vegetables. So look at how beautiful they are, they're so colorful, eat the rainbow. Now taste the rainbow, we're not talking about Skittles, we're talking about fruits and vegetables. Eat the rainbow, I'm gonna trademark that. These are your superfoods. I have people that are asking me, what about kombucha? Or what about fermented foods? Or what about, that's great, but can we start with the superfoods first? Can we talk about the real superfoods, the fruits and vegetables? Because everybody's always asking me, what's a superfood? What's a superfood? I always go back to fruits and vegetables. Why? Because they have phytochemicals and antioxidants, which are going to protect you from cancer, certain different types of disease. They've got fiber. Some of them even have the healthy fats, like we mentioned, the avocado. They've got vitamins and minerals, so you don't even need a multivitamin if you're getting plenty of fruit. And so remember this plate Okay, this is what every meal should look like. Not just lunch, not just dinner, every single meal, that's what it should look like. So sometimes people see that plate and they're like, oh, that's easy. When I said 3 to 6 times a day, depending on how often you eat, they're like, oh, maybe it's not that easy. Okay, so fruits and vegetables, they're amazing. They have everything. Even they have protein in small amounts when compared to meat and eggs and dairy, but they still have some protein in them. Here are my references. If you want more questions, or if you have questions, you can always ask me. But if you need more information, or you're like, oh my gosh, she just enlightened me. I want to know everything there is to know about nutrition. You can go, I know that's like 90% of us, right? Yeah. Just tell me, just nod, so I feel good about myself. Okay, so eatright.org and then nutritionfacts.org. Those are both my go-to sites. Here are my references, but yes, those are my go-to sites. And thank you for having me. I appreciate it. So you can find me on social media or at AFAN or CSN or UNLV. I'm kind of everywhere in the community right now. But we do have 5 minutes for questions, which is why I tried to end a little early in case there was like, okay, but you didn't talk about enzymes, or you didn't talk about, whatever it is that's on your heart. So go ahead.
How do you advise your clients to naturally progress with those simple changes? So you could be skinny your whole life and all of a sudden you hit your 30s and you have a gut. Or, you find tea and you are now taking it for medication.
Right. So I advise the same way I advise everyone at the same age. So no matter where you are in your health journey, whether you're younger or you're aging, I always start with the same thing, trying to change little habits that you've developed over the years. Yes, there might be some resistance because we don't like change. But to answer your question, I would do it the same way, little by little, step by step. And I work with the clients, okay? So if they're saying, I don't want to give up soda, okay, that's not our goal today. We're going to work on something else. And maybe it's not even has anything to do with exercise or nutrition. Maybe it's sleep. Maybe it's seeing a mental health therapist. Maybe there's some other things that they can work on. Did that answer your question?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, sorry. Keep it the same pretty much the whole lifespan. All right, it's a little over 11, so I gotta let the next speaker come up. But thank you so much.